One of our favorite sponsors is back with us, Sunset Lake CBD.
Yeah.
If you're looking for CBD that actually does what CBD is supposed to do, look no further than our friends over at Sunset Lake.
Let me break it down.
Break it down, Mel.
They're sustainably farmed, meaning they avoid pesticides and use sustainable farming practices to preserve the land for future generations. 1. 2, farm to table. They ship the CBD products straight from their door in Vermont directly to your door wherever you're at.
Now that's cool.
And third-party tested. They test everything with a third party to ensure quality, dosage, and safety.
You got to go over and check out sunsetlakecbd.com. They have so many products. Break it down for them, Apple.
Well, they've got some new stuff going on. Like they always had pre-rolls, but now they got really cool packaging for it. And you can get CBD pre-roll flights of all their flavors. You can get the heavy hitter flight that also throws in some of their Keef blunts. They have a new CBD recovery body lotion.
I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other?
The other one with arnica.
The extra strength muscle rub, 3,000 milligram with 5% lidocaine.
So look,
Oh, yeah,
if you're
lidocaine.
sore, this is the stuff you want to rub on your body to make those aches and pains go away. They even have CBD infused coffee, so you can have coffee without the little jitter that you get from caffeine, and you have it in the morning and you start your day off right. Your body feels lubricated. You're going to sleep good.
Yeah, and also they have, if you kind of forget to reorder, they've got subscriptions.
And they're giving the No Simple Road family 20% off.
20% off.
Put
with
in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out at sunsetlakecbd.com. You're going to get 20% off your entire order.
NSR20.
And don't forget those cute little gummy bears.
That's right. sunsetlakecbd.com. One of our favorite sponsors is back. This episode of No Simple Road is brought to you by
Shop Tour Bus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yay,
Shop Tour Bus.
Yeah, Shop Tour Bus. We love Shop Tour Bus.
They have decided to go more Jerry and less Bobby.
What
And
does that mean?
That means they have a lot of larger sized shirts and whatnot to accommodate the larger framed listeners and lovers of Shop Tour Bus. You can go over there, shoptourbus.com or at shoptourbus on Instagram. Look at all the awesome designs they have. Deal, Truckin', Drums in Space, Broke Down Palace,
Fire on
Franklin's
the
Tower,
Mountain.
Fire on the Mountain, Steal Your Tape.
Yeah.
More than I can even think of. And
It's a whole lot.
you are getting free shipping when you put in the promo code
No Simple Road. All one word.
when you're checking out. It's going to come in a hand-designed box with a wonderfully thoughtful and intentional Grateful Dead lyric on the inside of that. Lots of little extras, and some of you are going to get a Grateful Dead
Bootleg.
on the inside of your package. It's a miracle when you get that. You are a person that got miracled with a Grateful Dead bootleg. So go to Shop Tour Bus, get free shipping when you put in the promo code
No Simple Road.
when you check out, and you are going to have new clothes and you're going to feel great. And
It'd be
you're gonna-
comfy.
Yeah,
So comfy.
it's all about comfort. We are also sponsored by,
Fin and Wheel.
tell them about Fin and Wheel, Mel.
Fin and Wheel is an amazing poster
Creator.
yeah, that creates these one-of-a-kind line-drawn posters that are inspired by the Pacific Northwest, their love of surfing, love of the Grateful Dead, and the outdoors.
And listen, Fin and Wheel is located in Canada. When you go to their website and you see the prices on there, those prices are in Canadian dollars. I think that's what they're called up there, dollars, right?
Yeah.
But down in the bottom left-hand corner of the website, there's a little currency converter icon. And if you click on that, you will see magically through the wizardry of, I don't know, the internet.
The true price.
Yeah.
In USD.
And we had been saying it was $60 because we weren't aware of this, but it knocks it down to $49.91. And then you get a discount on top of that if you order one by
Putting in the promo code NSR, you're going to get 10% off. You're going to get one of these prints for like $45, man. And you're going to get free stickers. So go to Fin and Wheel. Check out the awesome designs they have over there. These are definitely frame worthy, definitely centerpiece worthy for like over your mantle or in your bedroom. If you are a lover of the outdoors or the Grateful Dead, these are the prints you want to put up in your house. They are a conversation piece and a wonderful thing.
And these are created on 100-pound cover stock, premium quality FSC certified paper. So this is no joke. This is that heavy stock
Heavy
paper.
duty, man. So go to finandwheel.com, put in the promo code NSR when you check out.
Electric Phish lights.
It's electric.
Is it? And it's
very
Phish.
and it's very lighty.
Go to electricfishlights.com and check out the IQ technology that they got going on over there.
Quadrilaterals.
It's big words for saying awesome lights that they create custom designs just for you in shapes that only your mind can conceive of.
I wonder if I could listen to music while turning my light on.
You absolutely could, because they have bulbs with a Bluetooth speaker. I wonder if I could turn on a light and have it change colors.
You absolutely can, because the upgrade of the color changing bulb is also an option.
Wow. I wonder if I could get 20% off an Electric Fish light.
I bet you could.
How
you could
could I,
totally
Apple?
get that by putting in the promo code
NSR. You are going to get 20% off your Electric Fish light. Go over there. Tell them what you want them to build. Say, I want a fish light that has a color-changing bulb and a Bluetooth speaker, or I want a starfish light, or
I want Saturn.
I want one shaped like a hammer.
I want my favorite sports team on a light.
That's
they do all
right.
the sports teams, and there's a lot of them out there.
Go to electricfishlights.com, put in the promo code NSR. You're going to get your 25% off and light yourself up. It's good to be lit up.
Hey everyone, Chris Pandolfi from the infamous String Dusters here to let you know that my podcast, Inside the Musician's Brain, is back on the airwaves for Season 4, which means it's time once again to get deep with influential musicians from all across the musical landscape to really understand and translate the lessons of success, failure, inspiration, and hard work that are behind the music and the artists that we love. My guests this season include Rachel Price from Lake Street Dives, Sam Bush, Chris Wood, Chris Funk from The Decemberists, Lindsay Liu, MC Taylor from His Golden Messenger, and more. Check us out, and thanks for listening.
We're so excited to tell you a bit about today's sponsor, Music Masters Collective. They are a nonprofit organization that produces unique music events, providing opportunities for fans and artists to meet and collaborate in an inspired and creative atmosphere.
Music Masters Collective events give you the opportunity to learn from world-class musicians like Otil Burbridge, Steve Earle, Richard Thompson, former members of the band, the Milk Carton Kids, Nikki Glaspie, the Fab Four, and Sean Colvin, and so many more.
At an event like the Milk Carton Kids Sad Song Summer Camp happening this July, you can expect immersive classes, evenings of entertainment, excellent food, and a space for a lucky group of folks to learn, co-write, workshop, and perform with like-minded peers, all with the guidance of Kenneth Pattengale, Joey Ryan, and some of their favorite songwriters. This all-inclusive week in the Catskill Mountains of upstate New York is guaranteed to be magical. Scholarships are available and spots are extremely limited, so visit www.sadsongsummercamp.com/simple to learn more. That's www.sadsongsummercamp.com/simple. Check it out. Achieve stasis. Liftoff.
Yeah.
Hey now, No Simple Road family, we're back again.
Are we better than ever?
We're about the same.
Yeah, I think we're progressing everything. Are we?
Me and Apple are better than
I
ever.
feel a little
I don't
progressed.
I'm status quo over here.
I'm not digressing.
No,
so-
regress.
Yeah,
Ungress. I can
Today,
undress.
we would like to welcome
Little Stranger.
Well, I want to say S because there's two of them.
But-
even though it's Little Stranger, they're little strangers.
If you are unfamiliar with Little Stranger, I'm going to just say it now and get it out of the way. You're welcome. Yeah, I meant that. You know, this, would you call them a band? Are they a band?
A duo?
Duo, yeah. Of creative talents. They're making some amazing music, you guys. I found out about these guys in a very odd way. I'm part of a group chat on Instagram, and we share streams with each other sometimes, maybe I don't know if that's allowed, but if it's not, we don't do that. But anyway,
Just kidding.
somebody had seen them live in Asheville and posted a video of them, and I was just scrolling through there and saw it and was like, wow, this is super interesting. I got to find out who these guys are. And I was sitting out on the porch with Apple that night, and I put on the music, and he was immediately like, who's this?
Yeah, it reminded me of many things, and it wasn't any of those things.
No, it wasn't any of those
things. It was
things.
Little Stranger.
And so I immediately reached out to them, and this is the fruit of that labor. And I have to say thank you to my group chat friends there on Instagram for turning me on to Little Stranger and for helping No Simple Road find out who they were and are. And this was super fun.
Yeah.
And
Such a good time to meet them.
these guys, these guys' music, just so you know, they even say it themselves. This was inspired kind of like by the Gorillaz. They were both heavily inspired by Gorillaz. Del, the Funky Homo Sapien, actually appears on their new album and helped them with some things. And you've got to go listen to these guys. And you need to watch their videos.
Sugar
Their
Shack
videos are
sessions.
amazing. The Sugar Shack sessions, the Red Rover video is just awesome as can be.
Is that the one with the worms? Or with the caterpillars, I mean?
No, that's from one of their older songs, which I don't know off the top of my head at the moment. But everything they do is so fun and so witty, and the way they spit the lyrics out is just amazing. These guys have a flow that is just amazing. This is what keeps coming to mind.
This is right up Mel's alley.
Well, they're so creative too. They do a show on their YouTube channel. They back to the Sugar Shack sessions, which we didn't even get to talk to them about because we were so involved in the conversation. I wanted to talk to them about it, but these performances are amazing. Like the quality of the video and just what they're doing. And they have a blast. You can tell that they're having so much fun together. And the third thing that I thought was awesome was that they have a similar living situation to us where they,
cohabitate.
Yeah. So it was a good time.
Watching these two do their thing, and I think I might have said this when we were talking to them in a different way, but it's like watching two people share one brain. And I mean that in the best way. That could sound bad, but they flow with each other so well.
Yeah, they're dialed into each other.
It's the energy of it and the way that one will stop and the other one will continue. It's like watching one person in two bodies.
Well, when they were performing, and then the one, he gets off the keys, and then the other one slides onto the keys, and then he takes the mic, and then they kind of reverse. It's, again, they're just so fun and so high energy, and it's creative, just constantly innovating. And if you like rap, if you like Gorillaz, if you like, jam band music, try them out. Yeah,
you're gonna be stoked, and you're gonna love them as much as we do after you hear this conversation.
Yeah, they're fun guys.
We're gonna get you to the interview right now, right after we do our No Simple Road housekeeping stuff. So follow us on all the social media platforms at No Simple Road. Go to www.nosimpleroad.com. That is the mothership of No Simple Road. You can get tarot readings by me and Mel there. We will do a 1-hour tarot reading for you with the Grateful Dead tarot deck. Each card represents a Grateful Dead song. So when we're done doing your reading, you'll get a personalized playlist based on your reading. You'll get a video, an audio clip. You're going to get the Zoom footage from our meeting. What's the matter with me? Which is so awesome because a lot of times when you're hearing something for the first time, kind of goes in and out, but then you have an opportunity to go back later, add a little bit more dimension to the reading, a little bit more insight. Yeah. And so you weren't wrong. They're going to get audio and video. Yeah. Yes. Oh, but it's not a clip. And I don't know, man. Yeah, you were on the right track. I was getting there. Yeah. You can also get No Simple Road merch there, and you can find out where we're going to be. Mel and I are going to be at Phish in New York City. That's right. In case any of you are going to be hanging out there, come say hi. We're going to be at Skull and Roses this week, starting on Thursday through Sunday. The three of us are going to be down there podcasting live from Skull and Roses Festival in Ventura. So please come and stop by, say hi, give us a hug, a high five,
tell us about your favorite episode. Come listen to some good old Grateful Dead music with us.
Mel may have some limited edition things.
No, we'll definitely. I'm putting that out. I created some limited edition posters for our first festival of the season, and I plan on having one for each of the festivals that we will be at. And they're limited because I'm just going to bring them in our suitcase. So
they're limited to Mel's suitcase.
They're limited.
That's pretty limited.
So, I might have 50, 40, 50 of them. And I really hope that you come out and say hi, and a little small donation to just kind of put something cute on your wall and memorable of the time that we spent together in Ventura.
And to support us.
Yeah, support us.
So speaking of support, you can go to patreon.com/No Simple Road. That's how we pay the bills around here, everybody. You can join the No Simple Road family of Chan donators by going to patreon.com/No Simple Road. You can give as little as $1. You can give as much as you want above that. We would not bat our eyes at somebody giving us $10,000 a month.
We are so grateful
I
to
would definitely
everybody.
bat my eyes.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, thank you.
We would bat our eyes if you gave us $10,000. Thank you so much for that in advance.
I would
bat
also
our eyes for $1.
I was just going to say, I'd bat my eyes for $1 too, because you know what? It all adds up.
Yeah.
And no amount is too small. That is how we keep putting out episodes for you guys and how we pay for everything around here. So we need your help, everybody. That's just the bottom line. We create content. Your
No Simple
content,
Road.
What do you call it? Consumers. So if you're consuming this content, you should give back.
And also think about it from this perspective. No Simple Road is a business. And when you walk into a business and purchase something from the business, you don't scoff at giving them $5.99 or $10.99 or whatever they want plus tax. And when you come into our business via the interwebs, you're frequenting our business. So it would be really cool to put, $1, $2,
in the
$10
tip jar.
In our tip jar, and if you want to give us one-time payment, we can do that too.
You can do that on PayPal at nosempleroad@gmail.com.
So think about it in those terms, because, everybody is, needing to pay for stuff these days, including yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So just think about us in that way.
Yeah.
We appreciate
that's
it.
that. Or if you want to do something that doesn't cost anything, you can go on Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star review, right?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but took the words right out of my mouth.
I stole it.
We don't have a new one. We did have the recent one. I'm sure more will come rolling in here, but that doesn't take much time. Hit that 5-star. You can go on to do a quick review, a couple words, a paragraph, whatever you feel like. That helps us with that weird algorithm out there that gets us popping up for people to see and listen to.
Oh, you listen to this? You would like No Simple Road. That was because of your review.
Yeah,
And
it's a big deal.
And we're in a new month, so we could use an April review. If you want to be our April reviewer, that'd be cool.
Also, we have what's called the Tepid line.
971-808-1524. That number again is 971-808-1524.
And Aaron wants to do everything today. He won't let Apple and I talk.
Go ahead.
No, forget it now.
Go for it.
No, that's where you can leave a review. You can tell us a story about your pet.
Yeah.
You could go to a show and just hold the phone up in the air and we could hear audio of it. What else? You can tell us a joke.
Recipes.
Just get on there and interact.
Yeah, you could do basically anything
Ask
you
us
want.
a question. Be like, hey, Aaron, how long does it take you to edit the show? Hey, Apple, what do you do at work, truly? Hey, Mel, when are you going to...
That's true.
Blah,
I haven't thrown that one out. Like a Q&A.
Yeah, you can ask us questions and just be like, whatever you want to know.
Wow, that's a great idea.
You can just use a Tepid line as your form of communication with No Simple Road, and then we'll play it on another episode. Intro, and you'll get your question answered.
And last but not least, tell somebody you know about the show.
Yeah,
we could really use
helpful.
your help in that department as well. That is how the mycelial network of our No Simple Road little family spreads, and then we could see each other at shows.
And that's the best way to get there. I know that's my favorite. When one of your best friends or family members comes to you and is like, dude, you are really going to like this. That's usually where the best things come from.
One of my favorite things to do is when I learn about new music through the show and I pass that music on to a friend, I will send them the episode that we've interviewed them, because there's always one or two songs that Aaron's put in the front and the back of the episode. Yeah. And it's such a good way for people to get involved in the music, but also with the musicians. So think about it that way. Be like, hey, have you heard Little Stranger? No, you haven't? Here's episode 270, blah, blah, blah. And, turn them on to something new.
Yeah. Listen to Mel. She knows what she's talking about.
Sometimes.
Man. She does.
Today
Trust
I do.
me, I've been married to her for 24 years. She knows exactly what she's talking about. You should take her advice and do what she says. All right?
That's good advice. It's sound.
Definitely sound. We are going to get you to the interview. Remember, everybody, hang out after the conversation with Little Stranger is over to check in with the three of us, see where we're at. I know where we're at. Well, we're on our way to Skull and Roses right now, but yeah, you should stay out on afterwards. Don't just,
Take off.
Thank you. Without further ado, the No Simple Road crew gives you
Little Stranger.
Red Rover, don't think I'll ever be sober. Don't think I'll ever be sober. Don't think I'll ever be sober.
Intergalactic planetary, you had to leave Earth, cause Earth is scary. I head to the moon, that milky dairy, but I gave no fucks. Virgin Mary like, oh, little sacrilegious, little strange thing game, but we back for business, and we rat-tat-tat on the tracks. You listen, matter of fact, he's back for you get bitten in a arachnid, fat shit packed with madness in effect with electric pit to patness, a legitimate offender with a tip for tatness, quit pro, no mo, hold on, you bastards like, oh, leg on my ego, put the winning when the bag go, put the mic in my hand and the hype of the fan goes, dummy, but I'm up, let you pedal, get up, yeah. Let go my ego, I am so Cali, I'm San Diego. Got no manchego in my wallet, it's all on the table. I pray to dinosaurs, shop at the finest stores. I'm psychedelic, attesting I'm what you're dying for. Red Rover, I said now Johnny, come over. Take two, you don't wanna rock with the crew, you don't wanna rock the way that we do. Better watch out, gonna bite your tongue in half, better have a good laugh in the back. Blast off with a brand new jetpack, pack to the max like I'm never gonna get back. Hats off to the Mandalorian, ain't no sleep to the story ends like yeah.
I've been thinking about you, Grego. I decided you're not fit to live.
Marshal, you got nothing on me. I killed those two men in self-defense.
Sure.
There ain't no court in the world that convict me. I'm an innocent man.
Red Rover, don't think I'll ever be sober. I'm hitting up your girl on my mother's mobile Motorola. Red Rover, don't think I'll ever be sober. I ain't your guy, Richie man, I'm a for real rock and roller.
Yeah, I thought I told you I'm the highest roller, cause I ran shit like the Ayatollah. In the eye of the storm, I die and sober, roll over Beethoven, quiet soldier. Yo, don't try with this, cause I'm fly as shit. And when I'm on my sign like an iron fist, that grip the globe totally hold control. Yo, hold and go toke to my toe explode, throw bowls. Better be ready to pop shit, I'm a man and my masculinity toxic. Guitar kick over the top of a tall building. Rock your body, no time for chilling. Roll to the beat like you lost control. Smoke lots of weed like a pasta bro. Feeling HOE like a pasta bowl. You stopping me, that's impossible. What? If this is all fun and games and I don't wanna play. Yeah. If this is all fun and games and I don't wanna play. If this is all fun and games and I don't wanna play. Red Rover, don't think I'll ever be sober. I'm hitting up your girl on my mother's mobile Motorola. Red Rover, don't think I'll ever be sober. I ain't your guy, Richie man, I'm a for real rock and roller. Red Rover, don't think I'll ever be sober. I'm hitting up your girl on my mother's mobile Motorola. Red Rover, don't think I'll ever be sober. I ain't your guy, Richie man, I'm a for real rock and roller.
What's happening, guys?
Not much, man.
What's going on? I'm Aaron. How's it going?
I'm
Aaron?
Mel, and welcome, man. We're excited.
Yeah.
And then on the third member here, I'm Apple, and thank you so much for joining us, man. We have been grooving on you guys lately.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Who's a dog?
That's my dog, Kuka.
Yeah.
Kuka.
My now wife and I adopted him during the quarantine.
Aw.
And he was found on the street up in North Charleston here, and he's the man.
Yeah, you
Aw.
can't see, but Darwin's laying down here on the floor.
He's right by
And
my
that's
feet.
not
Yeah.
a person; it's a dog
If you hear snoring, it's him.
or farting. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, it's really campy.
yeah.
Right on. Do you, gentlemen, mind introducing yourselves to the
Listener
Yeah, to the
family.
listener family base.
Absolutely. I'm John Shields of Little Stranger.
And I'm Kevin Shields of Little Stranger. Not related.
Not related.
Okay, so Shields is like the stage name. Is that it?
Yeah, we like I don't know how it happened. Everyone calls us brothers now. We just roll with it. But
Okay.
we met in high school, same last name, so we sat next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Put
was
that
So
it.
you're
Shields
kinda
kids
like
next to each
brothers.
other. Yeah.
It was obviously meant to be. That's like,
Meant to
wow.
be.
Yeah. We assumed at first too you were brothers because it just, same name,
Yeah.
same place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about an hour ago. I think it was Mel.
I was like, I guess
They're-
I can kind of see it. I'm
they're
like
not
making
brothers.
myself force see it.
No,
Yeah.
I found it on your guys' YouTube page where it says that no relation. It was like, okay.
and nowadays there's no like sarcasm emoji. CG, you
right.
don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
you get that across.
Yeah. So, guys, first of all, thanks for what you do, because it's fucking dope.
Hell
It's
yeah.
so much
For real.
fun, man, and so cool.
Do you remember just the other day, I was like, Aaron, is there any new music fun that you're grooving on?
Boom.
And he was like, try this. Boom. What? So much. I needed some fun music. I needed it so bad right now. There's a lot of other good music I'm listening to. I'm not saying that, but I needed fun, upbeat. I need to move. I needed my hip hop swag. I need to do that. And I just haven't had anything fresh. I haven't heard anything of lyrics that I don't know yet. And you guys are really awesome and fun and inspiring too. Thank you for doing it right now.
Yeah, man.
Thank you
for
for your
real.
timing.
Thank you so much. Really.
Guys.
So here's the thing, man. Like, obviously, like this podcast is very firmly entrenched in the jam band scene. Most of our guests come from that world, but you guys are an outlier. And the way I found out about you, I'm part of like a group chat thing on Instagram with a bunch of people that share live streams with each other, right? Allegedly. Supposedly they do that. And about 2 months ago, I think you guys had played in Asheville just a while back.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, in the group chat, they were at the show and they posted a little video and they were like, has anybody seen this band? These guys fucking killed it. And I'm always looking for new stuff. So I pulled you guys up, and Apple and I were out on the porch, and I put on the new album, and I was like, holy shit, we got to get these guys on the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and he didn't tell me what it like. Well, as usual, you didn't tell me who it was. He just put it on, and we're sitting there listening. And I'm like, start saying name. It's like this. Is this like De La Soul? Is this Gorillaz? Who is this?
Two great names.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys encapsulate so much in
Yeah.
your music, and like they're like, well, you say it yourself, the comparisons to like Beck and other things like that, but with your own flavor, like that Clint Eastwood remake and
Oh, that was
homage to
beautiful.
them. I mean, it's just wow.
I
Thank
wanted
you.
I wanted to start there. Which one of you was it? Kevin? Was it you? I think it was you, Kevin, that said that song, yeah, right? Changed your life. And
Yeah.
I'm curious, dude, because I had an experience at my first Grateful Dead concert in 1989 that completely changed the rest of my life. Like, seriously altered everything. After that show, I went back to where I was living, sold all my shit, bought a school bus, and went on the road.
Hell yeah.
Well,
And
I
I'm
was
just,
11.
what's that?
I said I was 11. I couldn't quite do all of that.
Right. But I'm curious, like, how I want you to
Tell
go
the
into
story.
that story a little bit more than that.
Yeah. So what? Probably I think I said 2001.
I think it was 2001.
2001, born 1990.
Mhm.
Easy to tell how old I am. But yeah, my dad, I think they were having the X Games in Philly that year. My dad worked in like Center City, Philadelphia for Verizon, I think at the time. And I just remember it was like a whole day. He like did a kind of half day at work, and I was an 11-year-old just like running the stairs up and down, just like trying to exert all types of energy. But yeah, it was pretty early on. I think we were going to a street competition where I got Kareem Campbell's autograph, one of my favorite skaters.
Yeah.
But it was just like it was just this combination of like all of the coolest things I'd ever seen, like skateboarding live that at that high of a level. It was like all around Philly, all these kind of monumental areas. And then I remember there was just like, you know, Gorillaz probably just had a street team out there at the time. It was the first single off of their self-titled album, the first album.
First.
And yeah, I couldn't believe it. The artwork was so cool. And then I remember coming home to listen to it and just being like, holy shit, what is this? This is unlike anything I've really heard before.
It definitely, that stuff destroyed genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Damon Albarn is like my favorite melody creator. I just think he's got such an ear for melody, and then to combine it with hip hop in a way that sort of like just blends
seamlessly.
So seamlessly.
Yeah.
We really shared when we started the group. I had just gotten really like I heard Clint Eastwood when it came out and kept up with like the singles as they came out, but I really dove deep in college and got when me and Kevin started making music together, we both had this like passionate love for Gorillaz, and that kind of sparked what we wanted to do with our music. Not to be like them, but like had this kind of hip hop meets melody.
Yeah. It's cool when you see somebody not necessarily doing what you want to do, but like in a direction that close to what you want to do, and it like helps you to figure out your own way in a sense, you know. It's not that you want to copy, it's like, dude, that mood, I want to replicate that mood that made me feel like that. And
totally.
that's what I pick up from you guys is like, I just, first of all, personally, you know, I love to be silly. I love to laugh. I like to dance. I like to use my energy because I've got a lot of it. So moods, like music creates certain moods, and the jam band music definitely gets a lot of energy out. But there's something about hip hop that doesn't get scratched with a lot of music that we end up, you know, listening to a lot or going to concerts a lot, that when you guys jump on the scene, this is like kind of flash forward. I was born in 78, so I was growing up in the 90s. I was like, you know, having a family and stuff like that. So it definitely impacted me. But like, you know, Donna Summer was really like impacted me, and the Beach Boys and like other stuff like that. But something that's current and what you guys are doing, it's like consciously. So I want to hear how you guys like started playing music together, like how that formed. You guys know your style, but like how did you guys form together, you know, in that way?
Yeah. We were both in different projects. I had a band that toured a little bit on the East Coast. We were more of like a reggae kind of jam band. It was funny actually, the drummer in that band, it was called Long Miles. He told me that the band took a turn for the worse when I got into Phish, because I and like I had a similar thing, Aaron, like you said. I saw my first Phish show. It was their second show back at Hampton, and ate like 3 tabs of acid with my buddy. I didn't even know the band. He just scored these tickets.
I just fell more in love with you guys.
Yeah. It was like,
will you be my best friends?
Yeah, please.
John got the deep Phish out.
Yeah, I'm a big, huge Phish fan. And so like this was more of a reggae jam band. That band fell apart, and we moved back to Philly from Charleston. And Kevin's band was kind of on like the decline a little bit, or maybe just stagnant.
Yeah.
And we were both in Philly for a period of like 9 months, and I had just gotten into production, but on a very, very simple level. I was like in GarageBand recording vocals through. Like
you were learning.
Yeah, you were figuring it out.
Learning and like figuring out how to make beats and do it. And Kevin and I had like, I guess he had hopped on stage with us when my band would play in Philly, and his band would play in Philly, and we would go out there and see him.
Yeah.
And we kind of always like looked at each other and were like, dude, we got to do something together. It would be so great. So we had this idea to just do like a side project EP. And when we recorded it in Philly, it was pretty clear while we were making it that we just meshed together really well. We had the same exact vision for what we wanted to do.
What
So I
did
would
that
make
feel like?
beats.
What does that feel like? Because it feels different for each one of you, but it's the same feeling,
It's
kind
weird,
of. You know what I mean? It's like when you fall in love, it's like you're not yourself, but you feel like the other person feels, but different. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that feel? If you can break it down.
It was like for me, it was like a almost immediate like feeling of you're like leveling up. You're working at your best level. Like you're almost like impressing yourself to like, with some of the stuff that you like didn't quite think, but it's because the songs are getting you there. We'd always been fans of each other, so I think that helps. Yeah, that like helps. There's that mutual respect that like you just kind of trust where the process is going and try to then flaunt your best thing on top of it.
Yeah, I think for me and my former band, I didn't have that other person who was also a creator and like innovator. It was me creating, and then the band, who were amazing musicians, but just from the creative standpoint, it was me. Yeah. And so to meet Kevin, who was this like spark plug of creativity, and to be able to double that on top of what I could provide, like, and then we were feeding off each other, and like if you wrote a cool verse, and we get better because of each other. Yeah. Because we're trying to not outdo, but like, you want to step up to the plate. You're
stepping it up. Yeah. And you know, what's really trippy about the whole thing is the music that you guys make. It's the music is amazing. The lyrics are amazing, but to watch the two of you is the whole thing. Like if you're just listening on Apple Music, you're blowing it. You need to like, for real, see you guys, because it's a visual thing. It's a performance, and I don't know how to say this. How did I put the way that you guys flow together? I've never seen that before. I've heard it produced, but I've never seen somebody do that, like flowing line to line back and forth seamlessly, where you don't know, like if I was listening to you guys, I wouldn't know which one of you guys was actually doing it, or if that was a sample or what. Is that all intentional to pull it together like that? Because it makes it super fucking psychedelic.
Hell yeah. That's so, we were just talking about yesterday, like that we're starting to get this feedback like that people were starting to see in like our Facebook group. We have like a fan page. It's amazing. And people being like, you have to see him live. And that for me is like my dream. I want that as a band to be the live experience. And we love the studio too. But I think that's all a product of like the first, when we started the band, we felt like we were kind of behind because we were now like 26. And when I was 19 in my first band, I was like, all right, if I don't make it by 25, like time was so, my grip on time was so stupid. And we started out at 26, and we found a booking agent who, our buddy Caleb Coker, he had just gotten out of CAA and he was doing like grunt work there. And he just wanted to work his ass off. We wanted to work our ass off. So we were like, put us on tour as many dates as we can possibly do for the next like 3 years. Because we had to build markets. We had no name.
Right.
And so we just took every gig we could possibly get and played 4-hour gigs where we were like, we didn't have enough material. So we were making up music and like just trying to get it rolling. Yeah. And I think in doing that for like 3 years straight of just playing music like 5 nights a week.
What kind of gigs are those? Like what like
those early on were like a lot of bars.
Okay.
Like in a corner of a bar.
A lot of what do you call them? Shopping mall.
Bringing your own sound system.
Okay.
Bringing your PA with you.
PA.
Yeah. I mean, all the first tours were done in a sedan. So like, So like it was pretty minimal. But yeah, we'd show up with about 45 minutes worth of material and do 4 hours.
Yeah, and just
hope
like
that-
like Kevin freestyle for 2 hours.
But it made us
Wow.
like, mesh probably so hard. I think we got to a point where we were way more comfortable on stage than off stage.
Yeah, like our chops just got so we just cut our teeth doing that. And then when we're not touring together, Kevin and I live together, and it's like we just like sort of become symbiotic in a way.
We all live
Okay.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you get it.
Yeah, we totally get it.
Well, Aaron and I are married, so we've lived together for a while.
And me and this guy have been friends since we were teenagers.
For like 40 years,
Yeah.
we've been best friends.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's so awesome.
That is awesome.
What is that like? Tell me what that's like.
I'll tell you what, man. It's
Maybe he was asking
a
Apple.
little fucking annoying. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, no, that's true. It can be because we're so much alike.
Yeah.
We can get on, it's like become a brothership to where we can read each other. We know the energy. We also know how to push a button when we're being shitty or something.
Yeah.
So, they're we know each other very well. And I think Mel has said too, they've been married 24 years. Sometimes we remind her, like both of us are so similar. She's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, what was that? We were playing a game where she would open like it was you were going through a magazine. It's like a page of 10 coffee tables, and she's like, if you were a coffee table, what would you be? Without letting either one, and we would pick the same fucking
Every
thing.
fucking time.
Every
Like,
fucking
if you were a
time.
plant, what would you be? If you were a color,
Well, that blue one for sure. Yeah, me too.
That's amazing.
yeah, total twinsies in a lot of regards, but then also very opposites in
Oh, yeah.
some ways too.
But I'll tell you this, it's having a friend I remember my dad telling me when I was like 15, he's like, if a man has one true friend in his life, he's a rich man. And I got all kinds of fucking friends. What are you talking? I got a whole crew. Like, no, he was so right. And like having a homie like that, there's nothing like it. I mean, you guys know. We do. There's
Yeah,
no
we really-
fucking way you could do what you do and not be tight. And
Well, and you just said you got married, so that's great living with your homie, of course. But then you add, an element of like, now we're married and you've got a homie. It definitely can complicate things, but because we're also close, it's almost like him and I are brothers. We're straight up like. He's been the uncle to my kids for like their whole life. And so
And then there's also that jealousy thing.
We both get jealous of each other.
I've gotten jealous of her time with him, and she gets jealous of my time. But like you guys are always hanging out on the patio talking, and I come out and you get quiet. That's like, well, we were talking about stuff you probably don't want to hear about. And then likewise with them, they're a married couple. I walk into the middle of a situation, all of a sudden it gets quiet, and I'm like,
he's like,
what the fuck's going on?
I don't know what's going on with No Simple Road because you guys are talking. Like, we were in bed, we were sleeping. What? Like,
oh no, you were scheming for sure.
oh fuck yeah,
See?
all the time.
it can be successful is the point, and it's very helpful when, especially nowadays, dude. Like the financial burden of having a really comfortable place to live is overwhelming. And if you're an artist, such as you guys, that it's not raking it up unless you have like some wealthy parents or something. Like it is hard out there. So if you can find and people that you trust that you have to and want to create with, you're styling. You're styling. You're going to have little spats with anybody in your life. So why not work it out with the people that you love?
Yeah.
You guys,
I'm really. No, sorry. Go ahead, Aaron.
No, you guys seem to me to kind of be the way we are. Like you have similar sense of humor for sure.
Yeah.
Right. And to be able to flow together like that, you have to be similar energy wise. So am I on track?
Definitely. We're very much like everything we're interested in is pretty much the same. And the sense of humor, I mean, that's like just so essential to a lasting bromance.
Yeah. I think that and the fact that we're both some sensitive boys.
Yeah, that's a huge factor.
Really?
We're very open with our emotions with each other, and I think we do better in a day when you just like explain if you're feeling really shitty right off the bat.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm taking
Yeah.
notes.
And not
Yeah,
even that. I think it doesn't even necessarily. We know, like I know if
Yeah,
you're feeling
yeah.
shitty, or you know if I am. But it is nice. We do like we're able to talk openly about, or if if I said something that I felt was a little abrasive or something, we pretty quickly chat about it, hug it out.
Yeah.
That's very
No, no.
healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be. We're doing this for life. We're fucking in it.
Dang.
You're in it,
Partner.
And-
Yeah, partnership.
So,
It-
I mean, you guys are playing like what 100 shows a year before the pandemic is what I read, right? That's
Yeah, it's about the same now that we're back.
okay. So
Dang.
you're cutting your teeth and playing 4-hour sets in corners of bars, and shit's not like that now. Like you guys are starting to do your thing, and how does it feel?
I think it feels good. I definitely I have the days where I miss just like being able to stretch out like that and like be able to goof off almost. Like our last run was so awesome. We were out with the Movement in Ballyhoo. We were the first of 3. It was 30-minute sets every night, and we're like just getting into our rhythm towards the end of that. But also we're not, we're doing 100-something shows a year. We can't do 4 hours every night.
Yeah.
And and then also drive ourselves to the next city and get ready and do all that. Like we're still a pretty tight knit, smaller team, but the festivals and some of these things we've been seeing in front of us have just been like, I mean, it's been phenomenal. The growth is being like felt physically and like online. It's just every new city is kind of blows me away right now. We pretty much we've reached the point where like we haven't hit a city in a while where there's nobody there that knows about us.
Yeah. Like before, we'd show up to like fucking Augusta, Georgia or something. There's like 2 people who happen to be there in the room. And but yeah, I've actually my good friend was over yesterday, and he asked me about, because we got some really great festival plays coming up this summer, doing Peach and Summer Camp, a handful more. And he was asking me about like how that felt, and he asked me, did you think like, once your name got on those bills that would be like a landmark thing? And I hadn't really thought about it at all. It's such like an ongoing process of just like head down, grinding forward, that it hasn't even really crossed my mind a whole lot about like where we're at now, but we're fucking stoked. So stoked to be. The festivals have definitely been a goal, like to be on some.
To see you on the bill of Peach, like that's 40,000 people, brother. That's that's a lot of human beings.
Exposure and
80,000 eyeballs.
And a lot of happiness that you're bringing out. Like that's a dope. Like that's you guys that like your act is the magic wand, and however you play it, you're playing it for 40,000 people. You're sending it out there. Do you guys ever think about stuff like that? Like, what do we want the crowd to feel like today?
We do. We like, we have this whole, we send it so hard, like every set that we play, we just go all in. I don't think there's been one ever that we've just like slept on, like, tonight doesn't really matter. We just just dig in and put on the best show we possibly can. We had a cool one. We were down at Holidays, in December, which was like, it was in Mexico. It was Humphreys and Mo. Well, Mo they had to come back out. Lotus filled in.
Oh yeah, the homies from Charleston.
Yeah, it was a very jam oriented festival. And then we were on there. Our newest manager, we're co-managed now, but Vince Iwinski also manages Humphreys. So he's been a huge help in getting introduced into the jam scene a little, because we've been in the reggae world for a while. Okay. And we kind of like, and we have this hip hop thing. We're like floating in somewhere in between. And it was interesting at Holidays to see people who watched a weekend of jam music to come and watch our set. And I could almost feel like there was 3 songs of like, what the fuck are we watching right now? And then they like got it. And it was we played the after party. We were late night, so everyone was nice and loose.
Good and loaded.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was awesome. They dug it, and it was kind of our first step into a proper jam festival.
It seemed odd to me when I saw like you guys are on the bill of summer camp, on the bill of peach. I was like, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, it's fucking perfect. It's fucking perfect, man. And you guys fit. You guys do fit. And I think just what you just said, you know, when those people are lit up, we're ready for anything, man. And you guys get up there and start doing what you do.
Bring that
You're
energy.
twisting fucking people's heads, man. That, I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm old or what, but like trying to follow your flow, I can't even think that fast. I can't even fucking think that fast. Like I'm two lines behind you, and you're, you know, sailing into the distance, and that's part of the joy of it. And I think that's why the mix of the jam scene and you guys works. And like Mel said, I think a lot of the people in this community feel the way that Mel does.
Oh yeah.
Where we're looking for something
We're all like
that doesn't sound like Phish.
Like you guys are the same age. You're the same age, so you grew up with the same music, and so there's a lot of that. Our age group, you know, had the same type of music. And for me, I didn't know anything about the Grateful Dead till I married this one. Like I heard about them, and that's it. I didn't go exploring. Jerry Garcia died the year my daughter was born. That's all I knew. No big deal, whatever. Then I meet him, and then of course I know all this music because they do a lot of covers too. So I just happened to fall right into enjoying the Dead also. But I grew up on all hip hop and R&B and freaking soft rock 70s and disco and like all that. So the people that are my age, they're loving disco. That's why I don't know if you guys know who Goose is, but Goose is a band that's so amazing for their that way that they freaking the bass and the guitar, that disco kind of vibe. Like people want that. We want something different, but like all of it. Why we want all of it? You know, why can't we have all of it? Is my point.
It all.
Yeah, like I love jam bands, but once we're done and we're wanting to party, I want to hear like the nice little groove to put me back on the vibe, you know, like bring me back down to earth. Hip hop is very grounding, you know, and it kind of has like a more earthy kind of like feel to it when you're like floating in the space of, you know, like some of these jam bands. It's nice to come be brought back down. So you guys, you're like the coffee and cake after the dope dinner.
Love that. New bio.
Hell yeah.
You know, like everybody wants a little, you know, dessert time with a cigar and a, you know, some little brandy or whatever. Like that's where you guys are serving it up, and that's not refreshing, it's comforting. Do you know, it's like a different thing.
That backbeat of hip hop to just kind of knock your head and sit in this groove.
So it's so important with what, with what the lyrics. It's so important with what you're putting out. Let's talk about those. Yeah. How do you guys, who does it? Do you guys feed off of each other? Like, what's the style?
It's kind of a bit of both. We do. Some songs will be me creating like a hook, and then I very quickly, now that I've gotten better at producing, start making the session and coming up with the drums and bass. And then sometimes I'll write like my verse and hook and send it to Kevin. And 2 days later, he comes back with a verse. We lay down his verse, and then maybe we come up with like an outro thing together. Sometimes we'll make a beat, or Kevin will walk by the room and I have a beat going on. He's like, what is this? Yeah. Comes in, and then it's the two of us just having some beers and like feeding off each other and coming up with lines. But we always strive for like being, we like being clever in our lyrics and not well, there's a couple songs on the last album that we do get pretty like serious and emotional, but typically it's more like it could be taken as like not much depth to it, but like
I think
our wordplay and like creative cleverness is actually in there if you're ready
paying
to hear
attention.
it.
Yes.
Okay, so what songs are we talking about?
Ask Me Why, the last song on the album, is probably our most serious.
Vulnerable, serious, just a little more on the nose. Because we always talk about like we we take what we do seriously. We don't take ourselves seriously.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's perfect.
Like it's supposed to be fun, but then like the craft of it is the part that's like I want to fucking dive in. I think that's why like we can make something that could be a pretty shallow, simple idea into a much more fun song to listen to, because like either the wordplay or just the like the way the idea is presented is a lot more fun, kind of wrapped inside like a, I don't know, clever line.
Right. And it that shines through the cleverness of the lyrics. That's one of the things that attracted me to you guys, and it's fun and it's funny. And like I said before, it's audio visual, and your videos.
That's what I was gonna, because we've been listening to you a lot, and then just recently started. I was like, have you guys watched the video? And they're like,
Caterpillar video.
Oh shit, yeah, that won't. What is it? Won't amount to nothing.
Yeah,
we're just fucking cracking up. Like,
yeah.
Let's start with that one, because that was several years ago. Did you guys go rent Caterpillar suits and decide to?
So that song, which is really cool, my dad actually wrote that song back in the 80s.
Whoa.
Yeah, we've done two. We have another song called Queens of the Nile that my dad wrote as well. And so I took it's an old like rocker song, and we flipped it and made it more hip hop, and Kev took the verses.
Yeah.
And we had this, I forget how we came up with this idea.
Oh, the Caterpillar idea is from the British prank show. Oh my God, what's it called? There's this incredible, Comedy Central used to play it all the time. It's one of my favorite videos to watch. There's this like guy with a giant cell phone who just like screams in large crowds and things.
It's all that like hidden camera-ish.
Yeah. But one of the skits was they had a snail just going across the busiest roads ever and just watching people flip out. I was like, all right, we can twist this into like even more like goofy all around town, and then just add New York City to anything, and it's madness.
Well, yeah, New York is the perfect. And Caterpillar being like the won't amount to nothing, you know, like striving to be a butterfly.
Yes.
Right. Worked so well. So we hit up a friend of ours in Boston named Brett Phillips. He's done the majority of our music videos. He's awesome, along with our friend Alex Veazey down here. But Brett knew a costume designer, this girl named Rebecca, and we hit her up, and she custom made these caterpillars.
Oh wow!
And you got them all fucking dirty, rolling around, sliding through the street.
Day one, just fucked them up,
ruined them.
Yeah, we were like, it has to be New York, because no one cares in New York. That's like every day. Yeah. They're just gonna walk past you and like maybe honk, maybe not.
We ran into Questlove out there too.
Oh
shit.
Sweet.
Yeah, we were on his Instagram story. He did not want to talk to us.
Yeah,
we tried running at him.
Dude, if I came running at you in a caterpillar costume, well, you guys would probably be like, hug.
Brother.
Yeah.
Well, I love in the video too. You see it in the people. It's like 50-50. 50% of the people are annoyed. You know, the ones that don't care, the ones that are pissed off and kind of annoyed, and the ones that are like getting into it.
Yeah,
like this is fun.
And you rode the subway
parade at one point.
Yeah, it was a wild day, and it was just like all right, I think this corner could be good. I mean, we started off the day with John running down the street naked.
Yeah, the first shot of the day was
the end.
The last shot where you see a skinny little butt running down the street. It was like 35 degrees out, and we woke up at the crack of dawn to get going.
I think we
had played in Connecticut the night before and driven down, so we were on like 2 hours of sleep. And we like woke up, cracked some beers, got to get into characters, being these shitbag caterpillars. And the first shot of the day was me running naked, and we had to do the take like 5 times.
Yeah,
there were a couple cars.
A car full of women. Just like once they saw this, they just stopped, like parked their car, put the hazards on, just watched every take.
Shit.
Yeah, and mind you, it's 35 degrees.
Yeah. Ain't nothing special happening. 35 degrees. Man, I got you.
Holy shit, man.
Oh my god. Okay.
Wow.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say then from the Red Rover, the new one, the Red Rover. I watched this morning. What is it? Is it Girl 3?
Oh yeah. That,
Girls Play Us.
Where it's the two girl that play you with like the tidy whities on, getting out of bed, and the one has the mustache, and it was like kind of creepy at first, but then I was cracking up.
Yeah,
I love that.
Your guys' videos, man. The Red Rover, that's his nephew, lives with us, and is like an anime fan and everything, and a Power Rangers, grew up with that. That video is fucking so entertaining and so well done, and you guys are having so much fun with the costumes and everything. How was that?
Yeah, I mean, that was just like, that was a classic. Like, all right, what would, like 10-year-old me would have wanted to do in a music video? And I think we found the helmets first, and then we're like, all right, I guess we got to make a music video because these are so sick.
Yeah, we had found the helmets on Etsy from a guy in like Thailand, I think, who he makes cosplay Power Rangers helmets, and we just wanted the helmets so bad. And so we bought them, and then the Brett who directed the video, he had this whole other idea for it, and we were like, well, we bought Power Ranger helmets.
It's too late.
That's
We already
nice,
got the helmets.
But yeah, that was the most in-depth we ever got. Like we spent the most money we ever spent on a video and funded it all ourselves, which was we were trying to look for some people who might want to help out, and kind of got hit dead ends.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah.
They said we don't want to see a Megazord smoking weed and vomiting.
That's
on
fucking brilliant. It's brilliant, and it fits the, like, I know it's not maybe it is a conscious thing. Like it's you guys. It's on brand. I hate to say that, but it's you guys, and like it. I don't know. Like we've been saying this whole time, it's not like anything else, and it is really, like, after talking to you guys, it really is you guys. It's
I
not,
could
it's
see you
not
guys
a
doing
put on, like,
I could see you guys doing a TV show.
Yeah.
Like that would be fun to watch.
Well, here's some good news for you. During the
VH1 just signed.
Hot off the press.
Pandemic. If you look on YouTube, we have 3 episodes we did. It's called LSTV. It was Little Stranger Television. And during the pandemic, we were here at home. My mom and her boyfriend were here as well. It was the two of us, our friend Alex Veazey and my wife Aggie, and we filmed 3 episodes. They're like 45 minutes long. It's a mix of like live performance, some music videos from friends that or people we dig a lot, and then some like sketch. Okay. Our best attempt at sketch.
I can't wait.
Okay, I can't wait
that out. Yeah,
I'm writing it down now so I don't forget.
So
it's fun to watch I just watched them again the other day, and like the first one to the third one, I was like, holy shit, we learned a lot.
Yeah, we got better.
We learned a lot about this.
But yeah, they took forever. Like we'd be up till 8 a.m. the night before we were putting them out, and using 4 different computers to export videos, and like,
yeah, but what the fuck else were we doing?
Well, yeah, we ate a ton of mushrooms during those
with mom hanging out.
Mom's down with it.
She
actually told me I gave my mom a chocolate bar that I had while she was here. She was like, me and Walter are gonna go down to the beach, and I had been holding on to this one for a long time, and I had another one that was really good, and I gave it to her, and my mom told me that my mushrooms were bunk.
Oh, dang, you bunked out mom.
That's fucked up.
I hope you made it up to her.
I will. We're stocked up for her next arrival.
Okay.
Oh, that would be harsh to take. Your mom coming like, your shit's bunk. Like,
lame.
Yeah, Mom.
I thought it was good. I guess I was wrong. What can you get, Mom?
Right.
So, do you guys have any plans on coming out west? Are you coming up Pacific Northwest way anytime?
Pacific Northwest, probably not for a bit.
Well, yeah, potentially. We're waiting to hear back about some tours that we are submitted for.
Yeah,
so
true.
As support, there's a chance we could be coming on a West Coast tour in the summertime.
Yeah, we're doing like San Diego, like SoCal and Arizona for around 420. But
yeah, I saw that. What was it? Viva Arizona. Yes.
My favorite named festival ever.
That is pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah. Okay.
We really do want to get out west, and I think that for us now, it's just a matter of just logistically figuring it out. And I think this year we're finally getting some looks on support tours that we weren't getting in the last few years. But we would love to get out there and do a headlining run.
Yeah,
West.
Where are you guys based?
Portland,
We're
Oregon.
in Portland, or yeah.
We're in Portland. Where were we we were around Seattle at
recording.
The studio. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
right
near
outside Seattle. Yeah.
Man,
What?
go ahead.
Oh, I just can't say. I saw you guys are like. It looks like your next date coming up. You guys are playing in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our first trip to Vegas. We're terrified.
Okay,
Where in Vegas?
It's 311 day.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's right.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, 311's doing a whole thing,
11,
and
11.
we're playing an after party, and we're playing like a pre-party,
Fun.
and then another after party.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where
After the party, it's the after
That's
party.
where we're all from originally. We moved up here 6 years ago from Las
really?
Vegas. Yeah, we lived
So
most
what
of
do
our
you
life in
want to know?
Vegas.
You guys were all dancers?
Yep.
Oh,
You know it, baby. Oh.
I've never met anyone who grew up in Vegas.
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
are so much more chill than I would have expected.
We are.
that's how you become chill.
There's
Is
a
from
reason
being from
I live
Vegas.
in Portland now. It was living in that town is a trip, man. It's super transient. It's hard to make close friends because everybody's.
That's
either-
not true. We made very
Well,
close friends very easily,
not
but
easy.
it wasn't easy for everyone.
Not as easy as moving up here. Meeting friends.
It's the mindset is very set on like making money and because it's really fucking easy to make a lot of money working there. Like I knew bartenders that were making like $2-3 grand a night tending bar. So why would you bother doing anything? You know what I mean? You could just tend bar.
Well, I think things are much different now. This was pre-pandemic, all this that we're talking about. Because I used to work in the hotels, casinos.
Mel Park cars.
I was a valet. I worked in the spa, all that. And everybody just goes to Vegas to spend money, and hopefully they want to make money. So it's like encapsulated about money. Everything's about money. So the connections, they're trying to make money and leave. They're trying to make money and send it back to their country. They're trying to make money and like buy a house somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So it's always focused on that. So the people you're around is just kind of like at first, hey, nice to meet you, but they got their mindset on something else.
And if you got any kind of like
Addictive personality.
if you got any problems,
It's there.
they are going to be fucking
And
exacerbated.
if you don't, you might.
Yeah. Every vice 24 hours
It's just,
a day.
it's so accessible, and it's like if everyone's doing it, is it wrong?
And I know that him and I are lucky to be sitting here for sure. Like from growing up there, no, it's nuts, man. But I mean, I would think growing up in a city like Philly is gnarly too in its own way, right?
Well, we were suburban boys.
Okay.
We were like
Okay.
about 30 minutes north of the city.
Yeah.
Kev lived in the city before coming down to Charleston.
Yeah, for like 6 years,
Which
which was great.
Yeah.
Why
Great.
Why Charleston?
I came down to college here because I didn't really know where I wanted to go, and a couple of my bandmates from my former band got in here, and so I just applied. We were like, keep the band together, and the place is amazing. It's an awesome town, and currently where it's at, like the music scene here for such a small city is so concentrated with good musicians.
Wow.
Like everything comes through the poorhouse, right?
The Poorhouse is
Yeah.
like one of the best
Hell
venues
yeah.
we've ever been to.
I-
I'm sorry.
Every band I like, I see that like, oh, playing the poorhouse. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing the house. Phish is coming through next month.
Yeah, they'll be back in North Charleston.
Can we go back to that for a second? How I want to know, how did listening to Phish affect your, like, make you have a turn for the worse in that other band?
Yeah, well, I think like when I started making music, I was really into like Jack Johnson and G Love and Slightly Stupid.
Okay.
And I was definitely naturally inclined to I was writing good, just really simple, kind of catchy hooks like that. And then I got into Phish, and I was like, we need to be a jam band. So my songs went from being like hook oriented things to like composed pieces, music. That just wasn't what the band needed.
He's writing the dub version of Gamehenge.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I can definitely do this, guys.
Yeah, I can write about lizards. Why not?
Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
I get it. That makes sense, man. I think that for sure we need to like come down to that part of the country. We have so many friends that live down there, and you know, it's here's so much good stuff about it down there. I gotta make our way. But
you gotta let us know. It's a lovely place to hang out.
So when because it'll happen when you guys come up this way, I'll send you my number, and you guys have a place to stay. We have a nice big house, like not far from all the venues.
You got family in
you got
Portland.
family in Portland, man.
Heck
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's awesome.
But since putting out the album in 2021 during all the shit that was going on, did it?
What is a city without its music?
The legacy of the New York Philharmonic is incredible.
Nearly 2 centuries of history. That's a lot of music and a lot of stories.
I was sitting on stage for the very first time thinking, I can't quite believe this is happening.
Join me, Jamie Bernstein, as we explore the history of the New York Philharmonic. It's the NY Phil story made in New York, a podcast about a city, its people, and their orchestra. Listen wherever you get podcasts.
Do you think it helped or hurt you?
The timing of the
release? The timing.
For us, we were so kind of desperate to put this out. We had gone through this. We signed with a record label at the beginning of 2020 that turned out to be a horrendous experience, and they were really trying to make us a pop act. They didn't like what we were creating, and they were setting us up with writers in LA that we just weren't. We were totally out of sync with these people. What we were trying to make as Little Stranger. And so by the time we got out of that, which then even getting out was like a 5-month ordeal, and it was expensive, and we went into debt. And so we got out, and then when it came time to put this out, we had been sitting on a lot of this music for a while, but we weren't allowed to do anything with it. And so we were pretty desperate to get it out. Timing wise, I think it worked out.
I'm also sure it's very different up in Portland compared to like a lot of places down south. Like the world was like pretty open back again, kind of around when we were putting that out down here.
That's true.
But we also like, every time we go up north, we're very much reminded of what's actually happening down here. They like to minimize a lot of that. I feel like it was a good time for us, but it was strange that it was like November. It's very much like bright music that you almost want for the summertime and things. And I'm excited to see it come back around this like spring and everything.
Dude.
And we didn't, the way it rolled out, we had already our fall was booked up ish, and we didn't get to do like a proper album release tour that like you ideally want to do a national run around your release, but everything sort of shuts down in the industry come like December 1st, really. I think for putting it out in November in that time, I'm very pleased with how it all rolled out.
Well, thank goodness you made it through that. I couldn't imagine. Screw the people who would like hear you guys and be like, I like them, but we need to change some shit here. Like,
but that's the music business.
Like, I know. Yeah. They want something more polished and bigger mass. Screw those guys.
I'll tell you the line that did it that's fucking that I lost sleep over for 6 months was we sent them like 18 songs. We needed 11 for the record, and we were like, we got 11 bangers in here. And sent them the songs. They hit us back, and he's like, two of these are good, the rest of these we'll put on like definite no's on a bunch, and then a couple maybes. He was like, it's just a lot of it sounds a little too much, sounds like Little Stranger, like a little too much, and maybe we can we were like,
what
okay. Did you change your name with them?
No, we didn't.
Wow.
What the fuck, man?
Me
What
and
the
Kev called
fuck?
each other after that phone call. We were both crying, just like, wow, we fucked up so bad.
Yeah.
Well, because at that point you'd already signed like
Your life away.
contracts
Yeah.
and shit.
Oh, yeah. We
and
were in deep at that point.
Well,
dude.
fuck, lesson learned, man. I mean, that's
how you
actually,
learn.
That's tough. That's hard knocks. But you know what? I bet that mistake won't happen again.
No.
No,
Yeah.
and it lit. I think it lit like the perfect fire we kind of needed to like get out of it and do a lot of things that like probably were getting put on the back burner because we were like, all right, you know, let's blow this up and do it how we're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like the way we both kind of knew, but we're very much like, if we're going to try to do something, we're going to give it our best and we're going to dive in. And even if it means that we're not the happiest sometimes, like we were like, we're going to give it our best. We're going to give it our best. And then we just kept being like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's my
Like
favorite.
my mom's kind of proud. I signed a record deal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So suffice to say that like everything now is self-produced. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your own
yeah.
label.
We released this last record through a group called Ineffable Records. They're based out of California.
Yeah, I think they're Cali based.
Yeah, and they're amazing. They're like what we want. They're a boutique label.
Okay.
We have complete creative control. They just have the avenues and like they know how to do ad spends, and they have a lot of connections with other bands in the scene that we can link up with, and they've been amazing. So
No, dude, we
Right
want to
on.
own your masters.
That's how it should be.
yeah, none of that shit.
Come
There's
on.
so many ways for everybody to get paid without having to just do that.
Yeah.
Part. But it is. It's like it becomes a goal. It becomes a goal, and like it felt good signing a deal. You're like I did it. I got like a job.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna be fucking satisfied. And then
There's like one more.
Not
There's
at all.
one picture around the house. It's a Polaroid of the night that we signed the contract, and we're like hugging each other, like, yeah,
We did it.
and we burned all the pictures like that ceremoniously. One.
Yeah, again, sensitive boys over here. We're having like witch meetings. Like, we have to turn out things from the label.
And it's strange because their headquarters burned down like a week ago. No,
Yeah.
What a tragic accident.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry that happened, man. But you know what?
Well, you want to know, his dad would always say, experience is knowing what not to do.
Oh, shit. That's right.
And the only way you learn that is by either getting screwed or
failures.
Yeah, like you have to know that.
Or
Like,
knocking it out of the park, too.
yeah, but you don't know what it feels like to fall on the ground.
Yeah, okay,
You know what I'm
fair
saying?
enough.
You
Yeah,
have to have those dumb little injuries, and thank God it only took you 5 months. People talking about years and shit that they're enslaved to these, record companies. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you guys don't need any shackles of any kind. You need as much freedom to create like old
Yeah.
shit, new shit,
Give these cats a
weird
couple bags of
shit, like
mushrooms
all
and
of it.
Let them go.
Yeah. I think that we, like Kev said before, now whenever we're like, if we think something's funny, but we question like, is this a little too much to do? We now, because we went through that, we're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Who cares at this point? Let's just like lean into it.
And I think that's the shit that'll
Lean into it.
That's the shit that'll blow up. 'Cause
Yeah.
Think about how much shit people, all of us, are exposed to every day with this thing.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
constant, man. And to get people's attention, I don't know, you gotta push it a little bit, and you guys have a good sense of humor, so take the chances, man. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned Goose earlier.
Yeah.
I saw some video the other day that stuck out to me. I guess it's one of the guys in the group, like in the desert, shirtless.
Right?
Yes, that's their new video.
And I was like, Goose? That's cool. Like I was glad to see even them. They stick out in their own way.
Yep.
Did you read the lyrics?
I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't really checked it out, but I just saw that and was like, this is not very jam band-esque to be.
You guys should spend 4 minutes together. Yeah, 4 minutes together. Read the lyrics, watch it.
To Born.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it
really is.
Crazy. Her and I, we put the video on. We're down in our basement yesterday, and we're getting ready to do an interview. And we're put on I hadn't seen it yet, and we're watching it, and I pulled the lyrics up on my phone, and we're like listening to the song together and reading the lyrics, and I look up and she's crying and I'm crying, and she goes, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "No, I'm fucking laughing." And she's like, "Oh my God, you're crying too."
I felt like in the same way, like, you know, I was talking about earlier, like, you know, we all need different stuff, you know, that's why we got to, you know, switch up our hairstyles, and like, you know, one day we want, you know, sneakers, next day we want docs, whatever. Like, we're allowed to change our moods, and we need it. And music is so good for like helping you feel different feels. And that song helped me understand how we're all feeling during this time. They put it in such a good way. And when we saw the video twice, and when I saw the video the first time, I didn't read the lyrics, so I kind of wasn't paying attention that much.
And it's silly as shit, and the lyrics are super heavy. It's weird.
And then when you read the lyrics, you're like, oh shit, that's why he's acting like that. Like, oh, okay.
Check it out.
So
cool.
That's-
Yeah. I only listened through it once, or I watched the video once.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely check it with the lyrics.
You guys,
thanks you guys.
Wait, before we get ready to go to, I just because I got all excited when I first read about you guys being from Philly and all. I live in a household of people that could give a shit about sports. My entire life, I have been a Philadelphia Eagles fan, a 76ers fan, and a Flyers fan. Never a Phillies fan. Anaheim Angels was my team, but Philly, especially the Eagles, man. Are you guys being from Philly? I think you kind of have to be, or you'll get stabbed in Philly if you're not, right? Oh,
yeah, we gotta be. We are. We're big on the Sixers this season. We just got Harden, which has been we're 2 games with him so far. It's been so fun to watch.
Yeah.
The Birds got some work to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's tough being an Eagles fan.
Yeah. There's we watched the Super Bowl together in what was it, 18?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, when Fowles pulled it out and did his thing, that was like
glorious day.
Ooh, well, totally unexpected. I mean, and so amazing.
The 76ers are in 3rd place, dude. They've won 37 games this season.
Look at Mr. Stet. He's pulling shit up over his
Don't let his fool you, dude.
Well, I just growing up, like I remember, I'm not a huge NBA fan, but I just remember, like Allen Iverson, those times and stuff with the Sixers, just, such amazing teams. And then fucking hockey, the Flyers, the history there. Just,
it's a fun
brutality.
Fun city to be a sports fan in. And after tragic losses, I call my dad and he's just like, well, John, you're a Philadelphia sports fan, and I'm sorry. Welcome to my entire life.
That sums it up.
Yeah.
And full disclosure, the only reason I know anything about basketball this year is because Phish was supposed to play Madison Square Garden for New Year's, and we have tickets, and it got postponed until April 20th, unless the Knicks make the playoffs.
But the Knicks
I've been seeing some like Phish meme accounts being like the Knicks are like turning it on now and everyone's freaking out.
It's just
the Sixers beat the Knicks today, so the Sixers are pro Phish.
Yeah,
there you go. They're doing their job. Yeah,
it's not going to happen. It's fine. We're all right. We're going to New York, Mel. It's going to be all right.
Going to New York at the Garden.
Yeah, never been either. Never been to New York City. And so
oh my goodness, man.
I was born in New York, so I've been. I'm excited for this.
It's the best.
I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. And also can't wait for you guys to come out west, man.
Yeah, we got to link up, and really, man, I hope we can catch a show and hang out.
Yeah, hang on 1 second. I'm gonna stop recording. Hold on. All right. It's safe. We're back.
Wow, that was a big penis.
That was huge, right?
Thank you, bro.
The dog has the big
Darwin.
Jesus. So that everybody can follow you on social media and listen to your music and find out where you're going to be playing and all that stuff. Can you give them the details?
Yeah, I'm Kev.
All right. The website, littlestrangermusic.com. Instagram and just about everything is just Little Stranger Music all together. It's I think we're now the top in terms of searching just Little Stranger. There's a book and a movie, but that shit was boring.
And you're not.
Yeah, we're about to crush them. Yeah.
Well, you guys, thanks, man. And like I said earlier, you got family in Portland.
Yeah.
Please stay in touch and let us know when you're
you
going to
guys
be
so
out here, and we'll break bread and have you over.
Yeah.
and-
Well, that sounds amazing.
We're
guys,
excited
for
to
real.
see where you guys
Yeah.
go, man.
And-
I'm pulling for you, no matter what y'all do.
Yeah.
And seriously, you guys, if you need help promoting anything, hit me up. I'll put it on our page and put it in our stories and talk about it on the show and all that. So anything we
Awesome.
can do to help, man.
And just keep having fun, man. You guys got a heck of a tour ahead of you with these festivals and everything.
Oh,
You're
that's
gonna have fun.
right.
And we'll see you.
Thank you,
We'll
guys.
see you out there on the road,
Bye.
hopefully.
Pleasure.
Take it
Bye,
easy, guys.
All right.
Thanks, y'all.
Later.
Later.
Aw.
That was super fucking fun.
Yeah, it was.
Those guys are really, really sweet.
Yep.
I still, they're magicians as far as I'm concerned. When you can do, you guys listening, go watch one of their videos at the Sugar Shack sessions.
Oh, we never even asked them about the Sugar
Yeah,
Shack.
we
I wanted
forgot.
to. I had it.
What's the thing with
written
them?
down.
These guys do so much, and they have so many performances. I'll say it once again. Go on YouTube. Go to their channel on YouTube.
Well, and they have that LSTV.
There's so many different things that they have out there to watch and listen to.
You're going to be amazed. You'll see what I was talking about. It's hard to tell where one starts and the other one begins lyrically. And it's so intertwined and seamless. It's a trip.
I'm excited to go listen again now. You know how
Yeah,
we always
after we
after we
talk
talk
to
to people, we always get pumped up, go outside, listen to their music, especially on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And it really helps kind of like really underline the conversation that we had
Mhm.
and make me a real fan of that.
And that goes for
person or
you
group.
guys too, man, because when you're done listening to the conversation, I would suggest putting on their music because you just got to know these guys a little bit.
Well, you're good at that too.
What?
Putting the music on so that they can hear it.
Oh, yeah. You guys want to hear a song?
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, classic Kevin.
You now rockin' with the half centaur, half man, climbing out the trash can with the half cock playing full cock in his hands, got a chop full of jams, more the mouth than the south mustache for you good at crash land. On, just playing, I'm sorry mom, the general in general when I'm dropping these bombs, the cheerleader, rear reader, beer breather, here neither there, maybe you should go and grab the prom, the hoots on it, my crew on it, it's so stunning, getting all these mics while calling it you run it, fools want it, but they never go get a taste, they deliberating hate while I'm taking the cake, I'm never fake, quantized, the baby bite-sized, I'm rah-rah, she's by giving you hype lines, hive mind control, everything in my sight lines, 9 times out of 9, when it's fit the rhymes fine, the next gen of the X-Men, all maybe flex man, knock your ass out with my left hand, can you even hear this shit, it's a def jam, yes ma'am, undefeated heathen from the best land, just saying, I think I need a mimosa, to bonafide beauties in my own roller coaster, a smart ass sucker never do what he's supposed to, man, I never put my drink on a coaster, so I may have black thoughts, but I always class live, when you dealing with the roots, well you better call her, from a city big, really straight, brother D-Love, what they always bringing ruckus and sweeping under the rug. Watch me level up, bringing the brother to chuck. I got a taste for the world, but it's never enough. I got a face like an ace, no calling a bluff. Won't get a race like a fade, y'all gone in a puff. For paper chase, but this game ain't troubling us. So make a claim of your space and double it up. Double trouble, I'm here to burst bubbles. Too live of a cool, too nice to be subtle. Too high of a view, 2 guys, 1 struggle, 2 times the tunes, 2 times the knuckles. Yo, I'm supersonic, I hype demonic. Second one, a spree straight polyphonic. Mr. Molly Whopping got me wild and chronic. Jiggity job junkies got me hooked on phonics. Yo, cut the nonsense, give me the crown. King of the sound, rest of y'all sending the clowns. Figure it out, do a little jiggity bounce. I put you back out, baby, finna spinning around. Ooh, sweet Jesus, give me your visas. On my globe, try to know a lot of them on the lease. It's like Tariq, try to gotta show them all with the seat. It's like a freak on a leash, sheesh, who need to feature, yeah. Great googly moogly, go ahead and just Google me, man. I spit it so beautifully, and it's all far from new to me. I finesse with the fluency, beating bars up so brutally. Steady headed for nudity, digging booty communities. And if you still don't like me, you better get a second opinion on who I might be. Better check your head, I do not think this rapping lightly. Kidding with these kiddings who spitting, come on and bite me politely. Dump on my ego because I'm fine. I even let Johnny spit the very last line.
Hey, I like them apples. Apple.
I love them.
That was a good song,
Good
right?
apples. Yeah, that was a good song. All their songs are good. So
Man, some talented folks. We are going to continue on with the show now, Melanie.
We are?
Yeah, we're going to keep going.
Okay.
Are we, Aaron?
But first, here's us.
A word from us
a word
and our
from-
sponsors.
Yeah. Want to get high?
Yeah, man.
Well, here in the Portland area, we have an awesome dispensary, Define Premium Cannabis. 2 locations, one in Hillsborough, the other in Forest Grove. And when you go there, you're going to tell them that you listen to No Simple Road. What are they going to do for you, Apple?
Well, when you tell us that, we are going to give you 10% off your purchase. We're probably going to hook you up with some stickers and things, and you get a free T-shirt.
What?
Yeah, and with that T-shirt, you can wear it back. That's an extra 5% on top of that 10% every time you come in and say you're a listener, for a total of 15%. And you know what? You can use that. I'm very proud to say that we are now one of the carriers of Garcia's hand-picked premium cannabis.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
it is premium.
Yeah, we sold out our first batch already. We have a few pre-rolls left, and they are coming out with gummies in the next week or two, shaped like guitar picks. All of this stuff is just amazing, and we're very fortunate to be carrying it. So come on out to one of our locations. I'm always at the Hillsborough one, Monday through Friday. I will come floating out of the doors doing something, and come tend your bud. We will take our time with you in this difficult world of cannabis and get you suited up with the right medicine.
That's right. Define Premium Cannabis. Go out there. It's one of the only places you can get the Garcia's hand-picked flower and other stuff here in the Portland area, Hillsborough, Forest Grove, Seattle. Okay, for real this time, we're back. Hi.
For real?
Yeah.
This is reality now.
Now what?
Well, that is subjective, dude.
That is true.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Reality is fleeting
It's
and
plastic, weird, totally.
I liked it. You're right on, Mel.
All right.
You get Mel's new album just dropped.
That's right.
Coming out.
Look, I'm not even going to say what it is because I do have the name of my album, and it's going to be one. My production company have the name of that too. No one's going to know it until it
I already
happens.
know what it is.
I know.
It's too cute.
It's not.
It's cute. Cute Productions. First album is Cute Enough for You. Next
Cute
album,
times
Cute
2.
times 2. Cute Redux.
Cute all over again.
Thank you, Little Stranger, for being cute and for
Aw,
hanging
they
out
are
with
cute.
us. Yeah, man. You guys are amazing and gracious and
fun.
So fucking fun to hang out with and talented. And thank you again for spending time with No Simple Road. We really do appreciate it. And all of you out there, make sure to do the things that we do nowadays in 2022.
Following things on social media and all that, leaving reviews and passing the word on. Like, hey, man, I just got hip to Little Stranger. So should you.
That's right. So, all right, here's the scoop. It's Tuesday. The 3 of us are getting ready to pack our bags and truck on down to Ventura.
Actually, we're hosting an entire band.
Oh, that's right.
We're not leaving yet.
You're right.
I sure am.
The entire band, Apollo Sons, is here at the house with us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's happening.
That is happening.
That's
Well,
happening.
Okay, full disclosure. It's Saturday right now. We are trying to pretend like it's Tuesday.
We're pretending.
So we can't give you any like, oh, remember when Ed did this? Because they aren't here yet, but they will be here on Monday. So, yeah. Welcome, guys.
We just thoroughly confused you, and that's what we do best.
Yeah.
Welcome
We do it to
our
ourselves.
Which is confusing our
It
listeners.
is a fantastic Saturday afternoon in Portland, Oregon. We are looking outside at the trees and the little birds, recording for you guys, for everybody that's listening out there.
You know, I was thinking about this last night. Podcasting has become ubiquitous in 2020s, right? Like I've heard podcasting is the new business card, and like everybody has a fucking podcast and blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. Not everybody has a podcast that they do twice a week. Not everybody has a podcast that they do about live music. Not everybody has a podcast that they do where they interact with their community, right? And a podcast can seem silly because so many people are doing it. But when I remember sitting on the porch doing this for maybe we had been doing it for 6-8 months and realizing, holy shit, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like this, all the things that I'm good at, all the stuff that I'm into, all of that has like come together in this one thing that was specifically made for me. And it's a trip to to be doing this nowadays with the pool of podcasts so deep and trying to, how do I say this? And keeping it relevant.
I personally, I don't think that we are irrelevant, and we've never been irrelevant, only because we have such different guests on the show, and because we're doing it twice a week, sometimes once a week, but at least 4 shows a month, let's say that. So weekly we're checking in, sometimes 8 times a month, sometimes 6 times a month, whatever. But we're talking about current situations. We're talking about people's new albums. It doesn't matter how many podcasts come out there. Our catalog is deep, relevant, and exciting.
Yeah.
And our approach is completely different too.
Yeah.
If you are a listener or a new you're a new listener or a listener. If
Welcome.
you're listening to this sometime,
then you're a listener.
And even the artists we've had on, these are not. We don't go at this as like an interview. These are conversations with people that we admire and love, and that's what's different about it.
But the thing that's difficult, think about the internet, right? And the internet is so vast. There's so many websites that you don't know about, products that you don't know about, things that you just will never see, not because you don't care or because you wouldn't buy it or watch it or listen or whatever. You just don't know because there's a lot. It's so big. And that's how podcasting is. Like, you can have the dopest fucking show out there, but if people don't know, it's tough.
Well, it does. Things do get lost. You're right. Things get lost on the internet. And another thing is when you compare yourself to other things, whether it's another podcast or what other people are doing, it's never good.
Mm-mm.
But I really feel like our podcast reaches who it's supposed to, and it could be way bigger. It could be way smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that I know that, or I should say, I measure my success with a podcast is when we go out and we interact with the people.
Yeah.
That's literally my measure of success. That's my A report card. That's my high five.
What do you
pat
mean
on
by
the back.
that when you interact with people?
So, for example, when we were at Pigeons and the guy leans over and was like, kind of interrupts my conversation with my friends and was like, hey, I just wanted to say thank you for your podcast. I really appreciate it. I listened to the Sponge episode, and kind of continued. And to me, even if he's the only one that heard it and said it, that's successful. He liked it. He reached out. He knew who I was. So all of those factors, to me, that's working. The fact that we can fly across the country and people are welcoming us with open arms. The fact that people reach out and offer us their homes to vacation in. The fact that people reach out and pick us up from the airport when we get to a new town that we don't know. I mean, I can go on and on. There's so many examples of the personal success of what No Simple Road has given us.
I think that we just
and not just the numbers aspect.
We just had a conversation with Pappy from Cabinet. And if you guys don't know who Cabinet is, you should go check him out.
Find out.
Pappy's awesome, and that's for an upcoming episode. But reason I bring that up, we talked to him a little bit about what success means to him.
Yeah.
And
do you want to know do you remember what he said?
Well, yeah, of course I do. But go ahead.
He said he measures success by being able to take care of his brothers, and that's what the band
and his family.
Well, he elaborated, but that's his measure of success, is to take care of the people that are around him and that he loves.
Yeah. And I've thought a lot about that. I think that my idea of what that means for myself and this has changed a lot.
When recently, or
just over the course of
over
the
time?
years that we've done this, like that, the idea of what that meant has changed a lot. I think at first I was very focused on the numbers side of things, like how many downloads we had a week,
people are listening.
People are listening, and I've kind of gotten away from that. I mean, I pay attention to it because it's a business and you have to kind of pay attention.
Yeah, you got to pay
stuff.
attention to your sales.
But I got to agree kind of with what you said. It's a trip to go somewhere and have people know us just because of this.
It even goes beyond
we're
knowing.
Just in our house.
It goes beyond knowing in the sense that they're willing to do things with us and interact with us in ways that you normally wouldn't act with a little stranger.
Nice
Pun intended.
Yeah, well done.
No, but seriously, you go to think about this. You go, say you're going to Argentina. You've never been there. You're not from there. You don't have family there. No one's waiting for you. You walk out and somebody's like, "Hey, Harry, right over here. Come in my car." And you're like, "How do you know me?"
My name's not Harry.
Whatever. But literally, that's what Nate did for us. And we did know Nate, and from behind the scenes, but we didn't know Nate. You know what I mean?
Nate from the show.
We
Same
knew
with
him.
John B. and Amy
Exactly.
in Pennsylvania.
That's what I'm saying is that it isn't just knowing us. They're going beyond just knowing us, and they're bringing us into their lives. They're gifting us things. They're supporting us, through Patreon or through people sending us stuff. And I guess the way that I would measure success is how proud I am of what I do and the interactions that I have with people. That's what makes me proud when they can say, "I love that episode," or "That was a really cool band. Thanks for introducing me." Or if the bands are like, "That episode was awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks." Like back to Pappy at Cabinet, he was appreciative of us reaching out and being interested in his band. That's success to me.
What about you, Apple? How do you measure that?
Well, I'd say the number one thing is the same thing we all just said, is when we're going out to places and being recognized and meeting new people all the time. Like Pigeons just met several new connections. Every time we go somewhere, we leave with bigger family, community, whatever you want to call it, family, community. You know what I mean. It's more. It's growing that, and that's the most flattering thing to me. And we have, not just in the United States, we have listeners when you when you pull up the demographics and stuff. We have listeners on all continents, on this globe. That's amazing, and it's sprinkled all over the place. And I just that's the major thing to me. And the other one, we just talked about it and we talking about in a lot of our interviews, when we hit the point of not having to be the ones always reaching out to get guests. And now we are sought after to help promote people's new albums, to have newer bands on, whatever it may be. We have people reaching out to us. To me, that's success too. It's like we're looked at as hey, this is somebody that can help us, and then it always becomes mutual. We help each other.
Yeah,
it's
worthwhile.
Yeah, and that started happening a year and a half ago, where I remember you're they're reaching out to us now.
Mm-hmm.
And that, they not only does that make it a little easier on you getting things scheduled and stuff, but that's really flattering.
Yeah.
To have people hey, this is who we want to help promote what we're doing, and this is who we want to be friends with.
If we were making a product No Simple Road peanuts or whatever, people are ordering peanuts. They want to taste our peanuts.
Yeah.
And then they're
taste our nuts.
I don't know why.
You want to eat your peanuts?
But you know what I mean? They're giving bags to their friends.
Yeah.
Then when we show up, they're like, "We're eating your peanuts." So that's, if you're making a product, people are enjoying it.
And
that's a measure of success.
And the other thing too is you mentioned Nate and all those guys. We've mentioned it several times on here. When we're creating new friendships around the country through our podcast, they're coming together. That was one of our intentions at the beginning of this, is to kind of help build the community, and that's happening through us. That's another one that's just amazing.
Nate sent me that picture of him and Nola and Buzz, and he was like, "You did this, buddy." And that was a moment for me where I was like, wow, we are successful. That the family is growing, and we're not even there, and they're enjoying shows together and group texting and involved in each other's lives and know each other's families and kids, and
we get birthday
that's
pictures
fucking
of
dope.
Daniel Shapiro's son, like that right there. Like
Yeah.
he's sending out pictures of his baby to the No Simple Road cast. That is fucking rad.
And then that's a thing. That's another thing too. Is all like with the hashtag stuff. Is we get hashtag
Yes.
No Simple Road on so many things now from
Well,
listeners and performers.
I think that when we first started, I was very focused on the money and the numbers of the show. Like,
Which is so weird because when you first literally first started, this was not a business venture for you.
no, but once I realized that I wanted to do this for a living, I wanted to get there as fast as possible. Do you know what I mean?
I know. I live with you, baby.
I was like, okay, I figured it out. Let's do it. There doesn't need to be an in between, and that's why I was focused on that. And over the past 4 years, like that's changed so much, and just
I'm grateful
just
for that.
seeing the people's faces that listen to the show, and like
that's
seeing a sticker of ours somewhere that I didn't put it, or seeing somebody hashtag us, like
I saw another one too.
It's just amazing.
For me, the other thing too, I brought it up is working in the cannabis industry in Oregon. You know, it's a pretty big industry up here, and I weekly find out that we have more listeners in the cannabis industry because a lot of them have a lot of time to have us in their air hole.
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting there trimming bud, packaging bud, tending to the
Driving.
garden, out doing sales, driving. And just thank you, Oregon cannabis community,
Hell yeah.
all of you out there. Yeah, there's a lot of you for being supportive of us. Every time I hear it, I'm very fair skinned. I know I blush a lot. I do. I get kind of flush and like, oh shucks.
Now with the masks off, you can really see it again.
Yeah, it feels so good to be supported by your peeps.
Yeah,
I mean,
it really does.
And the No Simple Road family is a real thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's a real deal. That's not just some bullshit like catchphrase I say at the beginning of every episode. It's a real thing.
Even if it was a bullshit catchphrase initially, it's definitely not that anymore. Like, I look at all the people that I text, and all of them that are current, I would say more than half are from the show.
Well, I just want all of you out there to know that it is not lost to the three of us that the only reason that there's any of this quote unquote success is because of you guys. It's 100% because you listen to the show. And we're really grateful for all of you. And really grateful that spring is here and that festival season is right around the corner. And that the three of us are heading down to Ventura to go to Skull and Roses right now. And
Wish us luck.
you know, it's a trip because back in March of 2020, Skull and Roses was the first major cancellation for us. It was Skull and Roses and then Northwest String Summit. Those were the two big festivals. And 2 years have gone by since we last did Skull and Roses. And the first Skull and Roses experience that we had was so monumental for the three of us. It was so much fun.
I remember it. I don't know why. I have kind of a shaky memory with a lot of things, but I remember that festival so vividly.
Mhm.
Like,
The
I remember
smell.
when we first got there. I remember the layout. I remember our Airbnb. Like, it was monumental. It was a first. It was an epic first for the show. And Dennis and all of his support, which he was supportive really before he met us. And then upon meeting us, we just were able to like harness and grow that relationship even more. And it was, it was hard to erase from my memory. You know, it was just like such a pivotal time.
It's still a trip to me. Like a couple of days ago, I was working. It was like 2:00 in the afternoon. and my phone rings, and I look down and it says Dennis McNally, and I just, like nothing. Like, hey, Dennis, what's up? And we're talking, we're figuring things out for the coming week. And I hung up the phone and I was like, wow, like Dennis McNally just called my phone, and I'm just like standing on my porch talking to the guy that wrote the book on Jerry Garcia and Manage the Dead. And that's just a thing that happens now in the day. And it is such a trip to be in that space and be who I am and have that be a normal thing.
I think it's kind of normal.
It's not. It's a fucking trip.
Well,
It's not.
Well, I say that because I am behind the scenes. I see all of the interactions. I mean, and not 100% because you're doing a lot of them, but I'm your wife. So when you talk about it and all that stuff, like I'm seeing all of the work that's going into it. It's not like happenstance.
No. But there's something to be said for like, it's like reading a fantasy book and then you're meeting the characters that were in that fantasy book and now they're calling you on the phone.
Yeah, but I mean, we're in real life though.
But it wasn't that though. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but listen to what I'm saying. Grateful Dead's always been real. So you have to do another, you have to have another analogy.
We weren't at the table with that.
It may be like, watching a movie and then Will Smith comes up and slaps you in the face. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
I don't know why I wanted to throw that in there. I don't know why. It
Why
just
did we
felt.
go there?
It finds
I
its
don't
way into
know.
everything
It does find its
recently.
way. Come on, we're in pop culture. But no, like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we do know what you're saying.
Wow. Yeah, it's still fascinating to me. It's still
surreal.
It's still, that's a better word, surreal. And it's not like, I'm not taking that for granted where it's like, yeah, of course. And I'm not like that. Like, I'm still.
Oh, no. I saw you like
know,
that the other day. I caught you. You didn't know I was watching. You're out there like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that was me.
Exactly that.
Well, it's always such a hard and fine line to come up with when you want to be assertive, confident, feel proud of what you've done, but also be humble and be respectful and, make sure that you're not an asshole.
Well, the business side of me, like the podcasting Aaron guy, that guy's like, yeah, all right, we just talked to Dennis, no big deal. Like, let's get on with our day. Like, we hash things out. But the 18-year-old deadhead that lives inside of my brain is like, holy fucking shit, man. Still, every time. Yeah.
I did that.
I do
know
not
him.
have this 18-year-old person in my head at all anymore. She's been gone.
I still got that guy.
Girl's dead.
I'm a super geek fan still. I geek out on all this.
Do you?
Yeah. In my head. Yeah. Yep.
You play it so cool, dude.
Mm-hmm. Well, because you got to.
I know. But Apple, you are supremely cool when it comes to this shit.
Well,
what's up, man?
Well, I've been lucky. Well, we all have at times. I was lucky enough to back when I was still that. When did that like 20 years old?
Yeah,
started to get to go with Mike, my friend Mike, to go see all these bands and meet bands. So at a young age, I got used to being backstage and conducting yourself as just part of the crew or whatever.
Yeah.
But in my head at the same time, like, holy shit, that was Rob Zombie. Yeah. Woo, I gotta meet him and hang out. But on the outside, it's like, hey, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? Fucking great show tonight.
Well, and it's funny that you're laughing, babe, because like you're like that too.
I know. We know how to conduct ourselves.
Yeah, like I grew up nowhere near the entertainment industry or anybody famous or anything like that. But then we get married and Muhammad Ali's holding my baby. And Anthony Hopkins is giving my daughter acting advice, and like seeing freaking George Clooney and Brad Pitt in the grand ballroom of the Bellagio, and just normal, no big deal. That's when I was doing all that shit. Like, what? Can you fucking believe that?
Is?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yes,
so
you know who it is, Mel.
It's just, I guess it groomed me in that sense to be like, we belong here. it never occurred to me that we didn't belong here because I was just with my family doing normal stuff. I was at a bar mitzvah. I wasn't doing anything like out of the ordinary.
A bat mitzvah.
A bat mitzvah, you're right.
Bat mitzvah.
But I was at a bat mitzvah. I wasn't,
What's the difference?
A bar is for a boy and a
is
bot.
for a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that, I guess our marriage is really what groomed me for this type of background.
That makes sense. I mean, I remember being 5, 6 years old and being backstage, like on the wings of a Vegas stage, like playing with Hot Wheels and shit.
Remember when we talked to John Kimmock?
Yeah.
How he was talking about with the bouncy ball and all that? Yeah. So another element is our daughter and her husband. Like, they're both in the entertainment industry. She's on billboards and in movies and in magazines and all that stuff. And so it's never like, I'm appreciative, but I guess, like I said just a minute ago, I've just been groomed and I've been able to really not just appreciate it, but learned how to handle it a little bit more gracefully. Thank you.
I think the point I'm trying to get across is like, 5 years in, I'm still as grateful and blown away that we're a part of this thing as I was on fucking day one.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that we're even going to Skull and Roses Festival is it's not like, oh
Not
yeah,
lost.
we should be
It's not
doing
lost
that. It's
on
not
you.
lost. It's like, holy shit, we're a part of this. I just remember that, like, I'm getting teared up thinking about it. Driving down our street, talking about going and doing a live podcast from Terrapin Crossroads and what a big fucking deal that is.
That was a
and
huge
still feels the same way right now as it did then. And like, just knowing that, like, we get to do this.
One of the things that still gets me is when we did Skull and Roses and Dennis came to us afterwards and was like, I like working with you guys. You listen to everything I say. Like, him calling us professionals. Because in my
right,
head, especially me and Aaron, more so than even you, Melody, to consider the jackasses we were when we were younger. Yeah, and that, like, we would do it. Nobody tells us what to do to be called like professional by a person like that, and to be admired and invited onto that bus and everything still blows me away. Yeah. Kind of like, because there's still that, like,
one of the things that blew my mind was when we were considered media. I don't know why that was such a big deal for me personally, but I was like, media?
I remember that. You were
right?
like, we're not media. And I was like, Mel, that's exactly
how we are.
I had like, sometimes my head, God knows, God love it, God knows where it goes, because my thoughts and sometimes what comes out of my mouth don't make sense. And that's not what I mean. But yeah, we are fucking media. Of course we are. But in my head, it just wasn't like that. We're just Mel, Aaron, and Apple. So what?
How are
no
we
big deal.
Media? I get
exactly.
it. Like,
what are we doing?
Pass?
We're not taking pictures. Like, what?
Well, that's like,
no, you're interviewing musicians and putting it out on media.
Like, media in my head comes up like news reporters or something. Like, we're here with the breaking news on Skull and Roses from Ventura. We're gonna tune in tonight.
Will you do a segment like that while we're down there?
I totally could.
That is
tune in tonight for Stu Allen coming to the stage with Mars Hotel, and then later after that we'll have Big Steve.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I can do all kinds of things.
Yeah, I can do all kinds of
fucking do them. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Remember I told you about segments and my idea? We're going to do that for our first.
I like acting.
We have a couple little fun things that we haven't talked about as the three of us, but we're going to be doing.
Can I get you a fedora with a little card that goes in
with the press,
and it'll say media.
Yeah. I want one of the like exaggerate, kind of goes out like that, like Alice in Wonderland. Press.
Yeah.
Like the Mad Hatter would have or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll got to find you the hat when we're at Shakedown.
I like that. I've always liked, you know that. I've always liked acting and stuff. I had speech and drama background all through high school and stuff. I love that stuff.
All right. We're gonna
public
hook that
speaking.
Up. Listen, it's Tuesday right now, and we are down to the wire. There are still tickets available. If you haven't got your tickets and we just put you over the line, you want to come hang out with the three of us and see some amazing Grateful Dead music this weekend, Ventura County Fairgrounds at the Ventura Raceway.
And not just see music. There's
Experience.
awesome vendors that are going to be there. Pick up your new favorite skirt or scarf or fedora. Also, get a Grateful Dead tarot reading with the creators of the Grateful Dead tarot.
Yeah, Aaron and Liz are going
And
to be there doing readings.
Come literally feel the vibes of the ocean, Grateful Dead family, and the music. Think about that right there.
I'm sold.
Feel the vibe of that. Don't buy anything. Just come get your ticket and come in and feel it.
They do have single day tickets available. So if you can't come camp and do the whole thing,
Yeah.
you can come Friday night or Saturday night or Sunday afternoon and hang out.
Yeah, the schedule is up on skullandroses.com to see what night you want to
pick
come.
out your favorites and make sure
Exactly.
you're there for it if you can only make one night.
Music starts at 11.
I also posted the schedule on our Instagram, No Simple Road
Yeah.
Instagram. Yeah, man, this is going to be something, and I just want to lay out to the universe that I am so fucking grateful to be a part of all of this, and I just want to do the best job we can for it and really like do it justice.
It's not lost on us, everybody. We're still 3 people
Still geeked out.
that are super stoked to be being listened to by you. Like truly.
Yeah.
That's
Three
just
people that
simply and
love
truly
lying.
you're listening to us. We're appreciative of it. The people that we get to meet, we're so grateful for. The shows and the content that we put out, we are happy to do it. And when we meet you, it etches in our mind. It doesn't go away.
Wow.
Listen, I have to give you an update on one last thing before we go. Darwin, a couple of weeks ago, hurt his leg
On the night of pigeons.
on the night of pigeons playing ping pong and was having a really hard time. And I was extremely worried about him. The vet came and he got seen, and he is doing much better. I'd like to happily report to all of you that your prayers and thoughts and love and attention through the cosmic telephone lines have found him, and he's feeling a lot better. His eyes are nice and bright. His tail is waggy again. He's still limping a little
Right.
bit.
Yeah.
And right now he's the cutie. He is just flopped, laid out across his bed with his little Grammy blanket. Just usually
Crashed
when we
out.
say his name, he perks up. He's out.
He's out. You know, it's become more apparent lately since we moved the studio downstairs what a huge part of the show Darwin is.
Oh,
And
yeah.
You guys don't see it, but
He provides the behind the scenes energy
yep,
for
he's-
us.
and the farts. But
Oh, yeah, and the farts.
Hey, that's energy.
Yeah,
in
that's
its
true.
own way.
Waking us up if we get a little tired.
He is literally laying in front of the table or next to us for every interview.
And now he can lay behind you. He likes the way this is now because now he can come behind you. Before he couldn't even get close to you, to
Yeah.
Aaron.
Hated that.
Me and Mel are on the both ends, so he could come up to us. But Aaron's his homeboy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just want to say thanks to all of you and let you know he's feeling better. Thank you for all the
Yeah.
DMs and thoughts and all the wonderful, kind shit you guys did. It really did. I mean, believe it or not, it did help.
I absolutely believe it. I know I said it maybe our last show or a couple shows ago, but putting that out on my Instagram and all the love that I got and the messages that I got and the well wishes, I believe in that shit. I believe in energy. And when you're praying for my doggy and thinking about good thoughts for him, thank you so freaking much because he really responded.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I just wanted to give
I
you-
know we all do, and I'm sure everybody out there is like the power of intention and putting
Yeah.
that out
Yeah.
there is amazing. We
Huge.
see stuff happen all the time.
We love you guys. We will be back Thursday.
Thursday.
Again this week. We're doing 2 episodes. We'll be back Thursday with Jennifer Hartswick.
Ooh.
And
This is
that is
super
a
fun.
Honestly,
super dope.
one of my favorite interviews that we've ever done. The content of our conversation, her energy, her. I didn't expect to love her so much. Not for any reason. I just didn't know it yet.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Be prepared for an amazing episode this Thursday. Thanks for listening to this one. Thanks for being part of our No Simple Road family and helping us get to where we are today.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are the measure of our success.
Thanks for letting
about
us
that?
and Little Stranger into your lives this
Yeah, man.
this week.
And come hang out with us, man. I'd like to see all your fucking smiling faces and give all of you a hug down at Skull and Roses. So we'll see you next week. We'll be back with more, we'll see you Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll be back with more stuff and things with Jennifer Hartswick. Take care of yourself. Smile at a stranger. Safety third. Wash your dirty freaking hands.
Make sure to tell
Gross.
people to listen.
Yeah.
dude.
Hey listeners, I want to tell you about the April-May 2023 issue of Relics magazine. Features a Dave Matthews Band cover story with additional articles and interviews with The National, Graham Nash, Wayne Shorter, ALO, Ivan Neville, our friend Eric Krasno and Stanton Moore, Marty Stewart, and much more. Check out the latest version of Relics and subscribe now at relics.com/DMB. Thanks, Relics.
Mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freitz from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.